Welcome back to My Survival World. Last episode we founded our town starting with this settler's wagon and also built a mine and this golem factory. The golem factory let us craft this oak golem companion who produces food for us every so often. We also defended our town from the first nether attack that comes as part of New in Town's story. This episode my goal is to build a lumber mill as well as a homestead to serve as a more permanent house for us to live in. We'll also plan on crafting another golem today. Remember to subscribe to see more of the New in Town series, and if you want to play New in Town yourself, check out the link in the description. So I think we want to start off with the lumber mill. We should already have most of the resources for it. Ironically, most of what we need is actually lumber. Fortunately, some of the trees that we've planted have grown, so we should be able to chop those down, plus maybe a couple other trees from the surrounding area again to get what we need. Ho-ho! That is some cool generation over there. It looks like there is some exposed coal and iron on these cliffs here. So if we do start to find ourselves running out of some, we know where to go. I also don't think these chickens were here before because we had to really go out and search for some, I think. But it's good that we found them because we do actually need at least one egg. But let's stay on track for the lumber mill. There's our daily resource drop. Right now just giving us a little bit more stone. And I believe this should be enough. Yep, perfect. Let's go ahead and plant a few more saplings here. So right now we only have 10 iron. 3 of that has to be spent on a bucket, and then we need 8 more, so that leaves us 1 iron ingot short. Fortunately, we actually have enough iron nuggets to craft into 1 more ingot. So we can craft our bucket and have just enough iron left over. Grab a building permit, fill up our bucket. Now the one caveat here, I don't actually know that I want to build a lumber mill yet because I don't have a good place for it. I want to build at least 1 ramp coming down this hill and then build a lumber mill down there on that level. So for that we actually do need just a little bit more wood. Oh, that's actually pretty close. I came over to chop this tree here and we ended up finding one of the other structures that spawns around your town with New in Town. So this is the Sandstone Sundial. It is intended to be a puzzle, although it is a little bit easy. However, if you do want to find the solution for yourself when you play New in Town, you can go ahead and skip to this timestamp. So the way that it works is each of these buttons affects 2 of these pillars of sand. They'll all either increase or decrease 2 pillars, and it can be any combination. So this one increases these 2 pillars. This one increases that one, and looks like might decrease that one. Yep. But they can't go below 1, and they also can't go higher than 5. The goal is to get each of these pillars to be 5 blocks tall. And actually, it ends up being super easy. Because it doesn't have to take sand to add sand, we can just do yellow to add to this pile here. That's going to take away from that one. But then we can do green, that's going to add to that pillar there. So that puts both of these at 5 pillars, and then we already know that the blue button just increases both of these, so we can just repeat that. And that gives us the inscribed sun disk. This is a mysterious artifact that can be used for a special structure later. But let's get back to chopping some wood. Okay, and I think we'll go ahead and build our ramp with the site planner right here. So we just need to put the 12 dirt right here, and then 12 logs and 12 stone, right click, and we get our downward ramp. And that puts it perfectly on level with the plains down here. And now we can build our lumber mill right here. And we'll drop our building permit in, get our bucket back, and we have a lumber mill. It does look like it's almost noon, so we should get our resource deposit soon. We'll get 12 stone from our mine and now 12 oak logs from our lumber mill. Now the lumberer inside can trade us for oak logs, or we can trade oak logs to him for gold, which is the currency of New in Town. And he can exchange any other log type for oak logs, since only oak logs will work for New in Town structures. Our trees are growing in nicely, and I believe we just got our resources perfect. So the next structure we want to craft is a homestead. That's going to end up being a nice house for us to live in, come with some storage and all kinds of goodies. We're well on our way to being able to craft a cake, which is probably the most expensive part besides the bricks, which is what we're going to really have to spend some time on. Now, fortunately, we also need clay for the Sandstone Golem recipe right here. We're gonna have to turn it into orange terracotta. So we can go get some clay both for the Sandstone Golem and for our homestead structure. We're also gonna need plenty of lumber still, so we'll chop down these trees here. Oh, and right there is our second nether attack. Let's head over there immediately. We gotta take out those portals before there ends up being too many wither skeletons to deal with. Okay, he sees us. Excellent. So that one dropped a bow. We're in a little bit of pain. Let's get up here quickly. Oh, come on up here. Okay, phew. Safe. And this one has a more secured soul fire we'll have to take out. Get that one. Okay, both portals are down. Let's take care of these scouts. All right. Take the fires out. Okay, not too bad. They're still relatively easy, though the wither skeletons can really stack up on you, so you do got to take care of them quickly. But we did get 2 building permits out of it, so definitely worth the effort here. Now, I don't see our oak golem. Did he fall? Here he is. Hey, buddy, come here. It is night, so we'll have to deal with some mobs on our way back home. But luckily, one of those wither skeletons dropped a bow. Ow. Hey, a power 1 bow, I might add. Okay, let's get to sleep before any creepers make it into town. Spider, he sees me? Yep, he sees me. Whew, that was easy. Okay, it's a new day and most of our clay is still smelting. But now we have the terracotta that we need for our sandstone golem, but we do still have to dye it. We also don't have any iron that we're going to need for the flint and steel for that recipe. Not to mention iron for more buckets so that we can craft a cake. So I think we'll go ahead and go off that direction towards those cool cliffs, because there was plenty of exposed iron over there. Oh, weird. With these shaders, the waterfall's casting a super strange shadow here. Oh, that's so weird. Alright, let's see. So there's some really easy iron right over there. We'll go for that first before we try to climb way higher. Oh, how convenient. There is another structure added by New in Town. Quite the cozy place for it to land. This is Harold. Harold is a zombie villager that was exiled by the local village, who didn't have the heart to kill him. They're hoping that he can one day be cured, but for now he's just trapped in this cage. They did implement a contingency system in the form of a lava bucket in this dispenser here, which we're just going to go ahead and steal. Eventually we'll come back and try to cure Harold for another mysterious artifact, but obviously right now we don't have the materials to do that. So let's see if we can find any more iron. Oh, and there's our daily resource drop, so we should get some more stone and logs back at the wagon. We are running low on coal too, so we'll go ahead and grab this here. Big chunk of iron up there. I guess that's not that hard to get to. Yeah, because we do have this waterfall. We can start to get a pretty good view of the structure at the top of this waterfall here. Definitely too dangerous for us to go visit right now still. Oh, and there's some pumpkins. We'll grab those on the way back. Alright, didn't find a lot of iron, but I think that should be enough to progress. Oh, I really thought I was not going to make that. I meant to jump and didn't. Alright, let's grab some pumpkins. We don't have shears on us right now, so we can't carve them and get the seeds immediately. That'll have to come later. I'm going to unload this lava bucket down here in the mine for safekeeping until we have somewhere to use it. And I'll put a cobblestone over it so it doesn't burn the whole place down. Now we have the 3 buckets that we're going to need to craft our cake. But before we proceed there, I do want to craft up our sandstone golem. So we are going to need a couple of flowers, turn those into dye, and then we can turn those into orange dye. And I'm pretty sure we can just do this. No. How do you dye terracotta? Oh, you need 8 terracotta just to dye 1. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, well, I already smelted all my clay, so we'll have to dig up some more really quickly. We're also still going to need more logs, so let's craft an iron axe. Now we can dye up our terracotta. Perfect. Hard part is out of the way, so we just need some sandstone and a piece of flint. Alright, let's get to our golem workbench, and I believe this as well should be a very easy recipe. There is our Sandstone Golem. Let's have him join our Oak Golem companion. There he is! Oh my gosh, this one might be the one that I was most pleased with. I love his idle animation rocking back and forth like that. So the Sandstone Golem is going to help fight with us. When we attack a hostile mob or when a hostile mob attacks us, then he's going to attack that same mob. And he has a chance to set them on fire. We've already gotten tons of food from our Oak Golem at this point, so we might not keep him out as often anymore, but the Sandstone Golem is going to be really useful. Anyway, we should be getting close to having everything we need to build the homestead with. The last ingredient is a completed cake. Like I mentioned earlier, we already have our buckets, so we just need to grab the sugar cane from down at the river, turn that into sugar, and then we can combine it with the egg and wheat that we already have at the wagon. We can also take this opportunity to slightly expand our sugarcane farm, because we only need 2 sugar for our cake. And I believe there were plenty of cows off in this direction. Yep, easy. Grab some milk from them. And I believe the milk goes on top, then the sugar and egg, and then the wheat. Yep, perfect. The last thing we need is our own white bed. Ooh, got sucked up by our hopper. And I think I actually would like our home up on this hill right here. So we're going to actually break this dirt, because we already have 11. Build an upward ramp right here. There we go. And then we can build the homestead right here. Put our building permit in last. And right click. There we go. So the homestead kind of has a cozy log cabin feel. This was actually suggested by my partner when they were testing out New in Town very early on before the 1.16 release. Originally, I expected players to want to build their own house on something like an empty plot or even outside of town, but my partner suggested that some players might prefer to have a house provided by New in Town, and so the homestead came to be. If we come inside, we see we have a very nice cozy interior, some storage already set up, though we'll definitely expand it, and we have this beautiful fireplace area over here that already has a furnace and a blast furnace here for us, in addition to the campfire that you can cook some food on. Now you might be asking what happened to the bed. Well, it's up on this loft up here. And so is the cake. So we'll set our respawn point, and let's get moved in. And we are all moved in. I like to have a little bit of a sorting system, but not too much. We've got all of our blocks in this chest are just assorted items in this chest. I use this chest for New in Town items like building permits, as well as general utility blocks and tools. This is our semi-valuables chest, precious metals, things like that. And then this is our very valuable chest, including some other rare New in Town items. Our town is looking to be pretty nice at this point. We've got our homestead up here on the hill, our wagon still down there, golem factories hard at work, and as well as our mine and lumber mill way down there. We're nice and spread out. We've got lots of room to add more structures over time. Next episode, we'll really ramp up our resource production with some additional utility structures and prepare for further attacks from the Nether and the Tyrant Wither. Once again, please remember to subscribe and click that notification bell to see when that next episode comes out. And if you want to play New in Town yourself, it is free to play with the link in the description. Thanks for watching!